Hey y'all, my name is Taylor. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So if you are new, I just wanted to give you a quick snapshot of what I do on this channel. So I read and review Christian and clean fiction. I do monthly wrap-ups, TBRs, the occasional vlog. I did a readathon in February centered around fairy tale retellings. So that's a little bit about what I do on my channel. So if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe and comment and interact. I love commenting with people, and it's one of my favorite things about BookTube. So that is a little bit about me. Today's video is my very first original book tag. And I've been wanting to do a book tag for a very long time, but there's just so many of them. A lot of the content has already been covered. I've done plenty of book tags that other people have done, but it's been a challenge to come up with something on my own. And then, funnily enough, last night I woke up at like 4 in the morning with this idea, and I wrote it down, and here it is today. But yeah, so I guess in my subconscious, I was thinking that Mother's Day is coming up, and I am a new mom. I have a little girl. She is turning 1 in April, and so I just wanted to celebrate motherhood and moms. They are some very special people, very sacrificial people, and so that jump-started the Mama Bear book tag. And so this tag is if you are a mom and you want to answer some of these questions based on your kids. You can do that, or if you have a mom or a mother figure in your life, you know, we have biological moms, adoptive moms, foster moms, spiritual moms, you know, people that don't necessarily have their own kids, but act as a motherhood figure in someone's life. And all those people are so important to us, and people that God uses to help us, strengthen us, encourage us, love us, and they should be celebrated. So, that is the gist of this tag. So there are 10 prompts or 10 questions, and then hopefully this will branch out to other people. I am posting this about a month before Mother's Day, so hopefully it will get around to people so that we can celebrate the moms in our lives around this wonderful time of year, but also even, you know, outside of Mother's Day, you know, that is just one particular day we can love on them, but, you know, any day is Mother's Day, realistically. So, anyways, the first question is a book cover that is mostly this person's favorite color. So, I'm using my daughter in this example, my almost 1-year-old, I can't believe it. Goodness gracious. So, she doesn't have a favorite color as a baby, so I figured for the babies, if you're answering for them, you could do your nursery color for something that they wear very often, so you could tweak it that way. But I'm answering based on her nursery color. Well, she has 2 colors. But the book cover, the book is called The Vanishing at Castle Moreau by Jamie Jo Wright. And the colors of the cover are gray and pink, and those are the exact colors of her nursery. Her walls are a dark gray. It used to be my husband's man cave, and I didn't feel like repainting everything, so I figured the accent color would be, you know, whatever we put on her bed sheets and on the walls and things like that, and it'd be the easiest thing. So the light pink is what is in her room. And funnily enough, this book came out around the same time that I was decorating her nursery, and I was like, that's her nursery in a book, like it's all pink, and I got flowers, like she's got flowers in her room, decorations. I have not yet read this, but it is a Jamie Jo Wright book, so it is a Christian dual timeline fiction book, and it is on my TBR to read probably in October, because she has more of the spooky, sinister type storyline. So I've heard it's really good. Can't wait to get to it this October. Number 2, a book published in the year or the decade they were born in. So I added the decade part for if you're answering for your mom and she doesn't want to advertise to the world how old she is. I tried to be considerate and just do the decade. It might even be easier for you to answer in case you don't have a book or can't find a book that's published in the year they were born. So just trying to make it a little bit easier for everybody. But I have it easy. I have books that were released last year to pick from, so I chose Suspended in the Stars by E.A. Hendricks. This is a sci-fi clean fiction book, and the cover is just stunning. I love it. Kind of like a space opera romance type book, and I'm very excited to get to this one day. I have not read it yet, but it's on my list. Number 3, a book set in their favorite season, or the season they were born in. So it could be a book that's actually set in that time period, or that season, I should say, or it gives you that feeling of that season. So my answer is maybe a little bit controversial, I guess, because some people put this book in like fall, but to me it feels more like a spring book. So that book is Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. And I don't know, this cover just says spring to me. But yeah, I guess Anne, she just has this charismatic, like optimistic outlook on life, and that to me is just the quintessential spring. Like, you have new beginnings, you're hopeful of what's coming. It just feels like spring to me. And she goes through the lane, I forget what she calls it, to get to her new home, and it's got all these flowers around and things. So I don't know, I just feel like it's more of a spring book, but that's just me. So Anne of Green Gables. Number 4, a book title starting with a letter in their first name. So I thought about like doing like the first letter of their first name, but you know, if you're answering for your child, I wanted to be considerate in case you didn't want to do that. So I kind of opened up the doors a little bit in case that makes it easier. So you can pick any letter in their first name to pick your book with the title that starts with that letter, if that makes sense. So the book I chose was Recorder by Kathy McCrum. My daughter has an R in her first name. And I recently read this, and I love, love, love this book. It is my favorite book of 2024 so far. It is excellent. It is sci-fi, but very light sci-fi. It's described as sci-fi with heart. And I'm going to be talking about this in my March wrap-up. I do have a Goodreads review already up about it in case you're curious, but I highly recommend this book. Can't say enough good things about it. Number 5, a book character that reminds you of them. And so this one is in the book The Lady and the Lionheart by Joanne Bischoff. This is a historical Christian fiction book, but there is a little girl, a little baby. Her name's Holland. And when I read this, my daughter was around the same age as Holland. She was very sick, and it just almost broke my heart about this poor fictional child that was suffering with sickness. And I felt for her because my daughter's gone through sickness too. Oh my goodness. But I just love how you could see that bond between parents and the child, and you know, you could see her little personality, and I don't know, it just felt very much like my daughter, probably because of her age. But yeah, I'm just gonna say this book. I also really love this book, one of my favorites of 2023. Number 6, a book with something in it that they love or love to do. So with a baby, I'm pretty limited on what she's able to do that would be in a book to read about. So I ended up picking Waves of Mercy by Lynn Austin, and the reason I chose this one is because of water. Waves. She hasn't been to like a big body of water, but she loves baths. She loves drinking water. She will chug down some water, man. She loves splashing in water. She has no fear whenever it comes to water yet. But yeah, she loves water. So we'll see how she does whenever I take her to the beach this summer. I'm really excited to see how she does. She probably won't care, but she'll probably splash around in it. But yeah, so yeah, I also recommend this book very, very much. It was one of my favorites of 2022, I think is when I read it. But it is kind of a dual timeline, but they're both historical. It follows two lives of two women, and then you figure out how they're connected. There is a salvation story in here as well, and the other woman is a very devout, like strong in her faith type of woman. So you get kind of two perspectives there in someone's walk in the faith. So love this book. Number 7, a book you have enjoyed or think you would enjoy together. And I could have answered a lot of different books for this because, you know, I try and read to her as much as possible, but I just grabbed one of the main ones that she loves. So that was You're My Little Cuddle Bug by Nicola Edwards, and this is one of those cool ones that like it kind of expands upon the picture as the cutouts move. So it's very cute. She loves the little bugs and insects and creatures and all that. So I really find that one cute. Number 8, a book you'd recommend or have recommended to them. So I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit and repeat one of these, but it's in a different format, so it's not quite cheating. So that would be Anne of Green Gables. It's adapted into board book format by Jennifer Adams, but I think she would love an Anne of Green Gables story as she grows up. And we're going to start her off in the board book version, but I think she would enjoy that, and I recommend this for any little girl. So, number 9, a book they recommend or chose for you to read next. And definitely that you could do this with, you know, your mom recommending a book she used to read or used to love or loves, or having them pick out something from your TBR that they think you would enjoy. You could have your kids do this if they're older. So my little girl, she probably cannot do this. She puts everything into her mouth, so I don't feel like attempting this. So I'm just going to say a book that I'm going to read in April. So that is a Rosanna M. White book. I think it's called A Noble Disguise. I'm filming on my phone, so I can't remember the name of it, but it is, maybe that might be the second one. I can't remember. I'll put the cover up here, but it is for Tammy's at the Protagonist Pub's book club. This is the pick for April, and so I'm just going to pick that one because I know I'm going to read it for April. So, the last question is a book showing strong motherhood, and I have actually 2 answers for this one. One is a nonfiction and one is a fiction. So I'll do the fiction one first. North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. I had a brain moment there where I forgot her name. North and South has Mr. Thornton and his mom. Even though she is kind of nasty towards the female main character, Margaret, she is doing it out of place of love. She is very protective of her son. She cares about her son. She does anything for him, sacrifice for him. Like, she is a mother to him. I will say that for her. She is a very strong mother character, and so that is my answer for the motherhood for fiction answer. And then for nonfiction, I have not read this yet, but I wanted to mention it because it kind of helped me come up with a name for this book tag. So, Mama Bear Apologetics, Empowering Your Kids to Challenge Cultural Lies by Hilary Morgan Frerer. So I have listened to the podcast several times, and I highly recommend the podcast. They have some interesting topics and kind of help you formulate some arguments or counter arguments for societal issues and some things you just need to know. And I have yet to get to the book, but I'm looking forward to it. But I think in our world, there are things that we need to protect our children from, and that's part of where the Mama Bear name originally came from for the podcast and for the book. Their whole platform is based on protecting our kids. So Yeah, so those are all the prompts. So now I'm going to tag a bunch of people because I really want this book tag to kind of take off. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will do that. So I have a small list, a big list. So the first one I'm going to tag is Amanda over at Book Lover Amanda. She has a little boy and she shows him on her channel quite frequently and talks about him and his progress and how he's doing, and he's so cute, and I love seeing them and their family. So I'm going to tag Celestria because I've seen her mom on her channel. I saw her sampling a coffee one time, so I've seen her. So hopefully, you know, Celestria, you might be willing to do this. Katie over at Paperbacks and Ponytails, her mom has popped into several of her videos, and I think she's super duper funny. And I haven't seen her in a video in a while, Katie. I hope she pops in soon and does an appearance. She might have been in a vlog, but I feel like that's been a while ago. But anyways, my time continuum is all messed up. But Morgan from Morgan's Endless Bookshelf, she has a baby boy, and you can hear him cooing and talking in the background of some of her videos. And she apologizes for it, but don't apologize, girl. I love that sound. I love the baby coos. Let him talk away. I'm here for it. So Cheryl from Candlewick Library, she has teenage daughters that she is homeschooling. She's done some homeschooling video related type content as well, and she talks about some of her daughter's tastes as well. Carmen Janae, she has not been active on BookTube lately, but I think she's coming back soon because she just had her very first baby. I think it was a baby boy, and I thought this might be a good tag, an easy video hopefully for her to do if she decides to come back. And then the last person I'll tag, I wanted to tag everybody, but I had to cool it a little bit and allow other people to tag people. So the last person I'll tag is Anne from In Search of Wonder. She has teenage boys, and she talks about parenting and some of her choices as a parent and what they are reading. And she decides to read some of the literature that her son is reading in his class. And I think that is so cool. If I don't homeschool, which I really hope I will, I would love to do that and read along with my child as she grows up and reads stuff for school. So hopefully y'all will want to do this tag, but no pressure if you don't want to, or if you don't have the time or don't have the interest, totally fine. But if you were not tagged by me and you want to do it, please consider yourself tagged by me. I want everybody to do it that's interested. I just pointed these people because I thought they might be interested based on some of their content, some of the stuff they've mentioned. But thank you all so much for watching. If you don't have a channel, let me know some of your comments as well, or your answers to these, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.